I want to say a few words about crowdfunding. I'm running a crowdfunding campaign right now. It's the second one I've done. I did one 4 years ago for the last documentary feature I produced. I raised, altogether I raised about $20,000, but I raised about $7,000 through Kickstarter. Since then, crowdfunding has changed. There are a lot more places to crowdfund. Perhaps the biggest difference between Kickstarter and other crowdfunding sites is that Kickstarter, you have to get your goal, otherwise you get none of the money. Other sites, you get money as long as it comes in. They'll send it to you. Kickstarter also makes you wait a month to get the money after the end of the fundraising. Most fundraising does not succeed on the web, most crowdfunding, because people don't know how to do it. I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I think I've learned a couple of things about it. One is that it's hard work. It's basically a full-time job when you're doing it, because you have to reach out to a lot of different people in a lot of different ways, and it's labor-intensive. It works if you have a huge network. By huge, I mean more than 1 million friends, likes, whatever on Facebook. That would ensure the success of a crowdfunding campaign, but most people don't have that. I have a social media network, many friends on Facebook and followers on Twitter and subscribers on YouTube, but nevertheless, the bigger the better. And the other thing is an idea or a project or a product, something that really stirs people's imagination. There are companies that are now pre-selling new products on Kickstarter based on the excitement that their ideas have generated. So people are using crowdfunding in a lot of different ways. I'm running a video-driven crowdfunding campaign. That means that I post a lot of video, and as I start to work on the project, I post video. Because what happens with crowdfunding is when you initially announce a project, your friends and other people who follow you are really, really into what you do, put out the initial money. And then the money slowly trickles in for the remainder of the crowdfunding campaign. There's usually a little flash at the end, but there's a middle period where not so much happens, so you have to make it happen. So what I do is I post video. What I'm trying to do is excite people about the project I'm working on, so I post clips of the project as it's ongoing. That way they see how it's developing. Over time, the idea is they will be motivated to contribute to the product, contribute to the project. It is a product in a way, because they see what it is. They're interested in the people. In the case of my films, I really focus on people. And my last film, Paulie Cohn, a lead trumpet player, 90 years old, still following his dream. My belief was as people got to know him, they would like him, they would love him, they'd want to be part of the film. And that's how I raised some money. Now, on this project I'm working on, it's Jimmy Heath. And it's also the kids, and it's also Doug Teidebeck, the jazz educator. So as people get to know them, know this content, I'm hoping that the money will come in. That's what you do. That's called crowdfunding. And it's not recommended for the faint of heart, because it's also an emotional experience. It can be stressful. The first thing you might think is, why haven't my friends contributed? Well, you can't always count on your friends for contributions. And it's not a good idea to hit up your friends for contributions. It could, money can always strain a relationship. What I do with my friends is I just tell them about the project. I just send them an email, hey man, it would be really helpful if you could put this link on your Facebook timeline, on your personal page, your artist page. Thank you. And of course, they want to help out and they do that, and some will contribute. But other people won't contribute. You can't make any judgment on that because you never know what's happening in people's lives. Another thing is that you can't really predict what's going to happen in a fundraising campaign. So that's a bit unnerving. There's a lot of unknown you're suddenly dealing with. And then, of course, when you're dealing with unknown, the natural thing is to express doubt. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing this the right way? So it's an emotional roller coaster, this crowdfunding campaign. If you feel you can deal with that, if you feel that you have or can build the network that you need, and if you believe in the project that you're working on, try it.
Play time and a place first.
Okay. His first tune, time and a place. Then we bring out Dr. Versace for what?
Project S.
Project S.
Okay.
Okay. Then what do you want put in?